My name is George Martin. I live here in Los Angeles, actually Pasadena, California. I was born in New Orleans and I was raised in Honduras. I lived in Honduras till I was sent to school when I was about 15 years old. I didn't know what made me different. I just knew that I was different. It wasn't until much later that I started to understand that my difference was that I was gay. But it didn't really play a major part in my life. It didn't really stop me from doing anything. I didn't have huge obstacles to overcome. I blended in quite well. And I just was assimilated into the society that I lived in. I think my being different came more into the time when I started living in the States, going to school in the United States. And at that point, my being gay was not as important as my being Latino. And the fact that I was Latino actually, I felt, gave me an edge over everybody else. It made me special. It made me unique. Also, the whole gay subject was very much a taboo in our society when I was growing up. It was never talked about. It just simply did not exist. And that's a very Latin culture. If you don't talk about it, it does not exist. People might perceive it, but as long as you don't talk about it, it isn't real. So, that's the way it's kind of like sweeping the secret under the carpet. But at the same time, you are loved, you are appreciated, you are celebrated, as long as it's not talked about and it's not discussed. To be honest with you, I've never come out to my mother. I've come out to all my friends that I grew up with. I think most of my cousins know that I'm gay, but it's never has been a big to-do. My sexuality is just a minor part of who I am. I think for my mother, being an only child, she knows that I have lived with the same man for over 30 years. So I think that she would have put one and one together, but in her mind, as long as it's not talked about, it doesn't exist. I'm not rubbing it in her face. She's fine with it. I mean, of course she knows. My mother was actually, when she was growing up, she was very adventuresome. She went and studied interior design in Miami from Honduras. She was a single woman with a child. She was one of the first women in Honduras that got a divorce. And her closest friends were all gay. So I guess, I guess in her time, my mother was a bit of a fag hag. I mean, she was a party girl. She was like part of the party boat that traveled around, and she knew how to have fun. In today's world in the United States, and probably in Europe, and a lot of countries, being Latino, being gay, is the magic formula. And being young, being gay, and being Latino is even better. Some of our peers open the doors for us. We have opened the doors for the generation that follows us. And they have the best of both worlds. And being gay Latino in the creative world is even more accepted and more celebrated. And, part of the proudness that I feel for being Latino is that there's been so many contributions by Latinos in the art world, in the creative world. We're in all the different art forms, fashion design, artists, designers, interior designers, dancers, the ballet, the theater, the musicians. Basically, we're a creative force that you have to reckon with.